Hi, welcome back to Mr. Mick's Classroom. Today I want to talk to you about how to get a corporate evaluation. Or really, just how to get that valuation when you watch Shark Tank. How are they getting that number? Anyway, I talk to folks all the time, and I teach finance and business classes in a high school, and often people wonder, hey, when I'm watching Shark Tank, you know, that show where entrepreneurs go on and they talk with those investors and try to get them to invest in the business, how do they come up with that value? Why does Kevin O'Leary always say, hey, your company's not worth what you're saying it's worth? How's he coming up with that valuation? Well, here's how you do it. So I'm going to have two different methods, so I got two different numbers on here. First, let's start with the one on the right. Let's say an entrepreneur comes on the show and says, hey, I'll offer you 20% of my business for $50,000. What's the value? So how do we do it? The first thing to keep in mind is we got to use a little bit of math. And basically, this percentage here turns into a fraction. So when you were in math class as a kid and you said to yourself, hey, where am I going to use this math? Here's how. This is where you can take math and apply it. This is algebra applied. Finance is algebra applied. So 20% is equal to 1/5. That's the fraction. It's also equal to 0.2. Those are equal numbers. 20%, 1/5, and 0.2 are the same. They are absolutely equal. So here I like to use 1/5. So what I did is I already constructed a little block. This is going to represent our company. And we have 5 equal compartments of the block. Don't worry about my drawing. They are equal spaces. Okay, so we have these 5 equal spaces. Well, basically, the entrepreneur is coming on and saying, hey, for my hat company, or whatever it might be, I will give you this 1/5 equal 1/5 of my company for a mere $50,000. You give me $50,000, you get to have this 1/5 of my company. Well, we know, therefore, if this 1/5 of the company is worth $50,000, we can just simply multiply it out by 5. So since the denominator of that fraction is 5, and there's 5 compartments to that company, right? We cut the company into 5 pieces. Since there's 5 pieces of this company, that if one piece, one of these equal pieces is worth 50,000, each piece is also worth 50,000. So therefore, all 5 pieces together would give us a value of 50,000 times 5, which therefore gives us a value of $250,000. And that's how we come up with that one. It's simply just figuring out we got 5 pieces of this company, we're selling one for 50,000, therefore if all 5 times the 50,000 gives us a value of the whole company of $250,000. Now, that's kind of the easier way when you get numbers that can easily turn into fractions. That's the way I like to do it. But if you have a number that you can't easily turn into a fraction, like 20% is pretty easy, we know that's 1/5 by just looking at it. But sometimes you'll get a number like this, 15%, and you look at that and you go, I don't know the fraction for 15%. How am I going to figure out the valuation then? So there's another way to do it, actually. So instead of having to turn this into a fraction and multiplying the denominator times the amount, you simply can just actually take the number itself. So you can take this 450,000 and you can divide it by the percent that they're of the business that they're giving away or that they're selling. So in this case, we still have to change the form. We want the decimal form. So 450,000 divided by 0.15 will get us our value. So we take our, in this case, you're going to take out your handy calculator, because I doubt most of y'all can do that in your head, and we punch in those numbers. We find that if an entrepreneur comes in and says, hey Sharks, for $450,000, I'll give you 15% stake in my company, that they're saying my company to me is worth $3 million. And then Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, can come on and chew him to pieces about why he doesn't think it's $3 million. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Mr. Mick's Classroom. I hope you found this informative. If so, give me that thumbs up, share my page, and subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day.